right, let's go to Melody in Knoxville, Tennessee. Melody, how are you?
I'm doing okay.
Excellent. How can I help?
All right. So, my boyfriend has asked me to quit my job and move in with him. Between the two of us, we have 5 children.
Okay.
And this means I will be taking care of his kids full time. That concerns me because we have very different parenting styles. And I'm wondering what the best way would be to go about it in such a way that the transition is best for our kids.
Oh, man. So first, don't move in. Okay? You are not ready for that. Just listening to your usage of pronouns and listening to your usage of you are speaking about this situation as far arm's length as you can get it. Okay? This other person is asking me to quit my job and take care of his kids. You're not there yet. Okay? And I don't mean this is the end of your relationship. I don't mean that this is, what are we doing? Why are we? It just means right now you're not there yet.
Okay.
Do you agree with that or no?
I wouldn't say I agree with that. I've been a stay-at-home mom for quite a while. I'm very comfortable as a stay-at-home mom, and he knows I want to be one again.
Okay. So
and
what is your hang up?
I kind of hated my job.
Okay, but you've got a hang up. What is it?
Well, the only real hang up I have about it, because there's a lot of necessity in many ways he's helping me out by doing this because I'm not in a good living situation, and this is like very much a lifeline for me. So I'm very happy with that idea, and I was actually very grateful for the offer.
Okay.
The only thing is, when it comes to our relationship, like the only real concern that I have, and I'm an exceedingly pessimistic person, especially when it comes to relationships, just to let you know.
Excellent.
I look at every dude like, yeah, you have a curveball. What is it? You know?
Excellent.
You're going to throw something at me.
Hey, real quick, just an aside, where'd that come from?
That mindset?
Yeah.
I prefer to be safe than sorry. And, well, the fact that I'm a single mom shows that my other relationship didn't work out too well.
You've been sorry before. Okay. All right. So this is a good thing. So what I would tell you is, I'm not always right.
Uh-huh.
But I need you to hear your language back to you. Okay?
Okay.
Somebody you're going to marry isn't quote unquote helping you out. Someone you're going to spend the rest of your life with, invest in their kids, co-raise their kids while they co-raise your kids. That's not a help each other. That's not doing you a solid. That's not you helping out him with babysitting and him helping out you, getting you out of a job, and you got a crummy living situation. You are setting yourself up to be roommates, really good roommates that hook each other up. Hey, bro, you take care of my pets, and I'll give you a cut on rent. Sweet, good deal. That's not saying, hey, we are going to integrate our lives together, and we're going to create a new family out of what was previously 2 families or 3 families or whatever it was. And there's a whole different ethos of going into this. And so it may be that you're trying to have both, where you're trying to be safe and protect yourself and get into this family and take this thing for a spin. Whatever it happens to be, I'm telling you, you're setting yourself up for it not to work because you're not going all in. You're going as a business arrangement or as a roommate partnership and not as a potential wife, potential combined blended family. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and I guess I can see very much how you would see it that way.
Yep.
I think that's probably how I would have saw it if I was me 2 years ago.
Okay.
So I understand where you're coming from 100%.
Okay.
But that is not how he comes across to me. He's been good to me in ways that my husband of 10 years never, ever was.
Okay.
And has been going out of his way to make sure that, like, the road is as paved for me as possible. And,
Cool.
he's been giving me the language that expresses commitment, saying, I'm going to get married. I want to have a child with you when we're ready. I want to do, he's not being that boyfriend who kind of keeps you at arm's length, but says, but you could do stuff for me.
Okay. Are you keeping him at arm's length?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So whenever this show airs, I want you to go back and listen to just your first statement. Okay? But let's move on. So I trust you. You love him. You're all in on this deal. So how can I help?
So like I said, only real concern with this is we both have exceedingly different parenting styles.
What does that mean?
He is the father of only daughters. I'm the mother of only sons.
Okay.
And I am exceedingly strict. I have my expectations for my boys. My boys know that they have to behave this way. They have to do these things. Everything that you were describing earlier about going outside, that is me, 100%.
Good for you.
Video games are for weekend nights only.
Okay.
But his daughters will wake up in the morning, grab a soda, and sit down and start playing video games, and he's totally cool with that. And also, he just, I think, because they have not really had access to their mother, and he feels a lot of guilt for that. He's been really lavishing on them. He'll buy them things for no apparent reason. He doesn't expect much of them. My kids are younger than his, but they wake up and they know they have a chore list. They know that they have to finish all their food. They know they have to wash their plate. They know that I expect them to read books and, just all this stuff. Whereas his girls, in comparison to my children, are feral. And so I kind of wonder, okay, well, if I'm going to be with these girls full time and with my boys, am I supposed to try to have them disciplined to the point of that my boys are, work them there? Or am I supposed to just step back and say, these are his girls, they're going to be raised that way? But if they are raised differently, come to have resentment when they see that these girls are spoiled and have no expectations and they are free to just do whatever they want. And my sons are being told, no, you have to do this. You have to have this. You can't have that.
Yes.
And if I treat these girls differently, even if they see it as positive, she doesn't put these expectations on us, won't that in their mind make them go, then she doesn't see us as her children. She doesn't see herself as our mother. Otherwise, she'd be treating us the way she treats her kids.
So here's the thing,
I
Melody.
want to transition this well.
Yes. Please. You're going to do whatever you're going to do. But for the sake of those kids, all 5 of them, don't move in yet.
Okay.
Okay? Your relationship is not in a place. Again, I want you to go back and listen to this. The judgment you have over this man that you love, and I do believe that you love him, but you don't like how he parents. You don't think he does it the right way. And you don't think, and he probably thinks you're strict. You don't like the way that he has chosen to deal with the fact that, their mother isn't there. There's a lot here. And yes, you have nailed it. Trying to combine these two families without some sort of commitment to, we're unifying this family. Because when you're combining blended families, let's say y'all are both getting married this weekend and you called me. We are all in. Then yes, what y'all are going to have to do is really be intentional about what kind of parents we're going to be. And that means we're going to have to set some really firm boundaries. And it is going to be World War III because kids are going to bang their head up against those boundaries to see if they hold. And they, especially kids of who have gone through divorce, they've lived in chaotic systems. They've been around heartbroken adults. They've tried to prop them up. They think that to some level, this is their fault. And then somebody comes in and says, hey, no more Cokes, no more video games. You go outside. Then you would have to have a season of understanding that you're going to be considered the worst person on planet Earth. And you're going to have your boyfriend's, husband's full backing. so that when those girls run to their mom or run to their school counselor and they declare war on you because you're holding them to this standard, and their bodies get off of sugar and start sleeping and get off of the bleeps and the screens, you're in for a long transition. And vice versa, when your boys who've been raised for how long have you been divorced?
About a year.
Okay. And how long have y'all been separated?
About a year. I mean, it's kind of been, well, it's complicated. My husband decided that he didn't want to be with me, but didn't want to divorce me. So he moved out, but he would come back whenever he wanted. And he,
please.
He was paying all my utilities and stuff. And I was just kind of putting up with it. But then when he started saying he can see other women too, that's when I said, you know what, I'm done. I don't want to do this. I've been doing this for years. I'm done.
Listen, your boys have got to get some stability. And they've got to get some sort of adult stability in their life. And taking those boys from that chaotic situation, chaos. Dad's just gone. Dad just plops back in. Dad's deciding, hey, I'm going to have girlfriends too. That relational chaos between you and him that manifested itself into the air of that home, which is, I get it, man. It's not to beat you up over that. There, of course, there's going to be relational chaos in that home. If that's the kind of house your husband was trying to hold together, or that you were trying to hold together on behalf of your husband acting like a child. And then to take those boys, put them into a house with girls who are being raised completely different, with a guy you're not all in on. You've been with less than a year. Man, I'm just telling you that it's chaos. Find a new place to live. Continue having conversations with your current boyfriend about, hey, what would this look like down the road? Not, hey, he's saying all the right things. I don't care about what people say. I care about people, how they are, right? You all start having conversations about, hey, this is how I feel strongly about not giving kids Cokes at 9 a.m. I feel strongly about kids being outside and playing together and using their imaginations and not being on screens. And he may say, I feel really strongly about letting kids just do whatever they want in the mornings. I feel really strongly about letting kids play video games. They're growing up in a digital world and they're going to have to know how to do this. Whatever the thing is, y'all are just really far apart. And I get that it would probably be better financially. You're, as you said, in a bad housing situation, whatever that means. I get that it would be easier. I'm telling you, the casualty here will be those kids, all 5 of them. Y'all aren't ready for it, man. You're not ready for that. If y'all were 19 and 20 and y'all were just going to move in together, I would tell you don't, but the stakes would be lower. It would just be y'all. But you got little kids, man. They got to heal from this. You can take that whatever you will. You're probably going to do it anyway, and you're grown up. You can do whatever you want to. I'm just going to tell you to hold off, man. Hold off, Melody, and get some healing under your belt, get some healing in the house, give those boys some stability, all right?